Hello everyone. Today I would like to start our session with the AC fundamentals. It's a continuation for the part of basic electrical engineering subject. Yeah. These are the contents you have to cover in this particular session here. What are the different waveforms, advantages of AC waveforms, why sinusoidal waveform is preferred, basic definitions, average and RMS values, phase and phase difference, impedance and admittance, part triangle, resonance, and particular numericals. Yeah. What are the different waveforms? Just observe there are some three specific waveforms will be there, and the first waveform is nothing but it's a direct current. Direct in the sense there is no change in the magnitude with respect to the part of time. Constant magnitude and direction with respect to the time. There is no variation in the magnitude wise and also direction. Those type of quantities are nothing but DC quantities, direct current quantities. And if you observe the second waveform, positive cycle, negative cycle, it's a changing the magnitude and thereafter direction also here throughout the time. These type of waveforms are nothing but alternating current waveforms. And in the third waveform, there is a repetition of only positive cycles will be there. Magnitude is changing, but there is direction is same throughout the session with respect to time. This one is nothing but pulsating DC. Yeah. What are the different advantages of alternating current? We all know while compared to the part of DC, there are some advantages to the part of AC. What are the advantages here is the voltages in an AC system can be raised or lowered with the help of one device known as transformer. We go for the part of step up transformer or step down transformer, depends upon the situation we use. As the voltages can be raised, we all know one thing, electrical transmission at high voltages is possible for the transmission lines. At that particular transmission lines, we observe if the voltage is higher, there is some reduction in the part of current wise. And obviously, the I square R losses is also low. And finally, we have some efficiency point of view, it increases. Whereas in the economical point of view also, it becomes cheaper. Yeah. That's why AC electrical motors are simple in construction, cheaper, and it requires less attention in the maintenance point of view. These are the different advantages of alternating current. Next, in that alternating quantities only, we are having some different waveforms. Let it be, I would like to go for the part of triangular, trapezoidal, so many waveforms which changes with respect to time. Those type of nothing but alternating. But I'd like to prefer only sinusoidal waveform only here. Why means there are some advantages. The first and foremost advantage here is mathematically it is very easy to write the equations. That's one is the first one. If I'd like to give the sine and cosine waves which can pass through a linear circuit having resistance, inductance, and capacitance, there is no distortion will be there in the output. Whereas if I give another waveforms, let it be triangular, trapezoidal, or some other waveforms, there is some chance of harmonics and distortion of possibility will be there. That's the main advantage of having these sinusoidal waveforms. And final point here is the integration and derivation parts of a sinusoidal function is again a sinusoidal. It makes your calculations wise very easy. That's why I'd like to prefer AC. In that AC only, I'd like to prefer sinusoidal waveform. Yeah. And we'd like to go for the part of basic definitions. Let it be, observe this sinusoidal waveform maybe like this. Let it be, this one is generated EMF with respect to theta equal to omega t. At a particular instant of time t1 and t2, there are some values will be there, E1 and E2. These E1 and E2 values are nothing but instantaneous values. The value of an alternating quantity at a particular instant is known as instantaneous value. Yeah. I'd like to learn some other periodic waveforms. Periodic waveforms is nothing but regular intervals. It is repeating the part. Same. Let it be this cycle is repeating throughout the part. These type of waveforms are nothing but periodic waveforms. In that, I'd like to learn some other definitions wise. And what is meant by frequency? How many cycles I'd like to cover with a duration of 1 second is nothing but frequency. That it is, let it be positive half cycle, negative half cycle will be there. This entire complete 1 cycle. This one is nothing but frequency. cycle per second. Let it be this one is frequency units here as hertz or else cycle per second. Let it be the second waveform. This one is one cycle, another one second cycle. Two cycles will cover within a duration of 1 second. It's nothing but 2 hertz. I'd like to cover within a duration of 1 second. We may cover 60 cycles, means this one is nothing but 60 hertz. This one is a US standard frequency here, 60 hertz. Our Indian standard frequency is only 50 hertz. Frequency is denoted with the letter F, and the units are hertz or else cycles per second. Yeah, we are having some other definition. Time period. Time period is nothing but this x-axis is nothing but time period. This complete cycle will cover with the duration of this period. That one is nothing but time period. And this one is nothing but reciprocal for the part of which thing? Frequency. Frequency reciprocal here as time period, and units for this particular time period here as seconds. Yeah. Another one, is there any relation in between the things of omega, t and f? Till now we learned frequency, time period, but there is some other quantity omega. Frequency is nothing but how many cycles you'd like to cover with a duration of 1 second is nothing but frequency. But omega stands for, it's an angular frequency. Angular frequency. The name itself indicates angle. How much angles will cover with a duration of 1 second is nothing but angular frequency. The angle units here is radians per second. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. How many radians? That it is 2 pi radians will cover with a duration of how much? 1 second. That one is nothing but angular frequency, 2 pi f. We all know f is nothing but 1 by t. That's the only thing. That's why we write alpha is equal to omega t or else theta equal to omega t in the part of x-axis. In +2, we all learn these things there. Yeah, sinusoidal voltages and currents are a function of time. And this one represented with the part of equation here as generated EMF equation, E equal to Em sine omega t. We all know omega is nothing but angular frequency. What's this Em is nothing but it's a magnitude or else amplitude or else maximum value or else peak value. There are so many names will be there. This one is a sinusoidal equation format. Remember this one. Yeah. In that particular waveform, I'd like to gather some other definitions, peak value and peak to peak value. We all know that peak value is nothing but in this particular waveform, this entire maximum value is nothing but peak value. This one, Em value. At a particular angle, this can occur here. Peak to peak value is nothing but the maximum value to the part of this maximum value. That it is measured in between the things of minimum to the part of maximum. This one is a negative value. This one is a maximum value. Yeah, this duration is nothing but peak to peak voltage value. Yeah, let's go for the part of next one here is try to find out average value of a periodic waveform. Periodic in the sense regular intervals, it is repeating the part. I'd like to find average value. While going for the part of average value calculations, you have to remember one thing here. What's that particular one is nothing but time period. That time period only plays a crucial role. If I'd like to go for the part of full cycle for an average value means it becomes 0. Why? Means it covers the positive half cycle and negative half cycle and the average becomes 0. That's why I'd like to calculate for the part of average values only half of the time period only I would like to choose for the calculation wise. This one is a format in order to go for the part of average value calculation. V average is equal to 1 by time period integral 0 to t v of t dt. Is it right? Yeah. In terms of in a school age, we learn this one there. What's that average value is nothing but area under the curve for half cycle divided by length of the base over the half cycle. This one is a basic line. Yeah. That one is equal to integral time period only I would like to choose. For the full cycle, it is 2 pi, but I would like to consider how much? Only half cycle, that it is pi. 0 to pi v dt. This one divided by time period here is pi. V average is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to pi. This one is a voltage equation sinusoidal format now. Vp sine omega t d omega t. Vp or Vm is also the same. Peak value or amplitude maximum value. 1 by pi that it is integral sign is nothing but minus cos omega t, and the intervals here is 0 to pi. Substitute upper limit and lower limit. Cos pi value here is minus 1, cos 0 value is 1, and make it one concise part. We get the values of 2 Vp by pi is the average value of a periodic waveform or else sinusoidal waveform. This one is the average waveform, but try to remember, in order to calculate average values, you have to consider the time period here is only pi. Yeah. The next one, try to calculate RMS value of a sinusoidal waveform. RMS in the sense root mean square. Same procedure, VRMS is equal to just apply root mean value is this one, square that term. That's it. Remaining everything is common. What we did for the part of average values. Consider a function that it is sinusoidal voltage equation V equal to Vp sine omega t. In order to find out RMS values, square root 1 by time period integral 0 to t Vp sine omega square d omega t. Yeah. In that particular one, while calculating RMS values, it becomes square now. The negative part becomes positive. That's why I'd like to consider total time period here as 2 pi. Don't go for pi here. Why means root mean square. That square term becomes, the negative value also becomes positive. That's why I don't want to disturb the time period right now here. We have to consider full cycle. Full cycle time period here is 2 pi. 1 by time period 0 to 2 pi Vp square. I'd like to make it this sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 d omega t. That one is nothing but, yeah, try to apply this entire integration here. We get the values and try to substitute those limits 0 to 2 pi. We may get some final value here as Vp divided by root 2. That it is RMS value. That it is approximately 0.707 Vp is nothing but root mean square value of a sinusoidal waveform or else periodic waveform. Next one, by knowing these two factors, we'd like to have some other thing. Peak factor of a periodic waveform. Remember what is meant by peak factor is nothing but, we all know that it's a ratio. Factor in the sense it's a ratio in between the part of peak values to the part of RMS values. Whether I'd like to consider voltage or else current, same formula. Factor in the sense ratio na peak value divided by RMS value. We all know that peak value Vp, RMS value is Vp by root 2. It's approximately root 2, 1.414. Form factor. Try to consider last two letters, RMS. It's a ratio of RMS value to the part of average value. Form factor is equal to VRMS divided by V average, and substitute those values. We may get some value of how much? 1.11. These are the two values. Obviously, peak factor is greater than the part of form factor. Remember these two factors. Factors in the sense it's a ratio. Next, we are having some other concept here. Phase and phase difference. Phase and phase difference is nothing but, let it be, I'd like to have some phasor. Phasor in the sense, it can have some magnitude, direction and time varying quantity. Let it be, this one is a 0 here. It can change from 0 to up to this angle. That angle may be phi. Observe this particular one. It's a complete circle. I would like to have some projection from this point to the part of this point. That it is, this phasor will travel in anti-clockwise direction. That too, it has some magnitude, this one, and it has some direction, and also with respect to the part of time period. It moves with a duration of how much? Omega t. That it is phi. Just project this one onto the part of this graph with respect to the part of x-axis here as time period, and I would like to gather all these points here. It becomes one sinusoidal waveform. When I'd like to project this point, B point to this point, there is some onto the projection to the x-axis. This duration, this change in this angle is nothing but phi, and that one is nothing but phase. Yes, just observe this one. The phase of an alternating quantity at any instant is the angle only there. That angle is represented in terms of phi. The unit for this particular one is radians or degrees. And this one will be traveled by which thing? Phasor. Yeah, observe this thing. The traveling of this entire angle by the phasor with an part here represented with phi. That one is nothing but phase. Yeah, we are having some other phase difference in the sense when we have some other waveform. Comparison, if there exists any comparison only, there will occurs difference. That difference is nothing but phase difference. Try to consider two waveforms. There we can understand easily. This one is a representation wise. Let it be this EMF equation is equal to E equal to EM sine omega t. Till now we learn this one. But this phase becomes zero means that's the equation. If you are having some positive phase means negative phase, that it has some other names, leading and lagging. That thing you have to learn further. This one is the equation format for the alternating quantity having some phase. Phi stands for phase. Omega t plus or minus phi is the equation format, sinusoidal equation format. Yeah, let's observe this two waveforms. When two waveforms will comes into picture, there we arise the things of phase difference. Let it be E equal to Em sine omega t, I equal to Im sine omega t. There is no phase difference. Whatsoever the waveform starts from 0 ends at the point of 2 pi. Is there any phase difference? No. That's why phi becomes 0. Yeah. Observe another waveform. Voltage waveform will start from 0 to 2 pi. But at the point of phi only, the other waveform will start. There is some comparison will be there. That one is nothing but difference. How much difference will be there here? Phi. And the first waveform is E equal to Em sine omega t. Another waveform, it has some negative value. That one is nothing but I equal to current waveform, Im sine omega t minus phi. That it is, observe this particular waveform. That voltage only will comes first. After that only the current will travels. That's why there is some lag in the part of current with respect to the part of which thing? Voltage. That's why current is set to lag E by an angle of how much? Phi. That's the only thing we have to understand. Lagging quantity when last that it is lags. Another one, observe this particular waveform. We can have some voltage equation, same notation, but before the part only, it can start some other waveform, this dotted line. That one is nothing but current waveform. E equal to Em sine omega t. I equal to Im sine omega t plus phi. That plus phi stands for current is set to lead E by an angle of how much? Phi. This one is the leading quantity at this time. Before the voltage also it started. That's why it becomes leading quantity. Observe these particular waveforms. If voltage and current starts at the same point, those type of waveforms are nothing but in-phase waveforms. If the voltage is red colored line and this blue colored line is nothing but current, that it is leading. Current leads voltage by an angle of theta. In this particular waveform, current lags voltage by an angle of theta. These are the three different variations. When comparison occurs only, this phase difference will exist. Yeah. Next. The next new concept here is impedance. Yeah. Observe this impedance is represented with the letter Z. And another one, reactance, X. And finally, we are having some other thing, resistance. Z is equal to the part of, it's a combination of two parameters, resistance and reactance. And all the units will have some ohms only there. But try to remember the thing, the real part is nothing but resistance. And that imaginary part, that it is reactance. Observe R plus Jx is equal to total impedance Z. But try to remember the thing here, this J stands for how much angle in between the part of this resistance and reactance will give this J. That J stands for 90 degrees. In between the part of resistance and reactance, there is some 90 degrees will be there, and it can be, and the total, let it be, I'd like to draw one impedance triangle means R, that it is x-axis, and to the part of y-axis x, with a duration of phase shift of how much? 90 degrees, and the hypotenuse here is Z. That's the only triangle, is nothing but impedance triangle. For a pure resistor, impedance value is obviously R. Only R will be there. There is no X, 0. For a pure inductor, we may exist this XL value, that it is inductive reactance. XL is nothing but inductive reactance omega L. For a pure capacitor, it's obviously XC, that it is 1 by omega C. Observe these different names. For a pure resistor, there is no reactance in terms of X value, there is no reactance. For a pure inductor, its XL is equal to inductive reactance is omega L, 2 pi FL. Whereas pure capacitor, XC, 1 by omega C, 1 by 2 pi FC. We all know that omega is equal to 2 pi F in the previous one. And the total reactance here is X is equal to XL plus XC. In terms of reactance, there is no resistance value. Remember that thing. And the total impedance Z is equal to, it's a combination of resistance and reactance. It's comparatively part of DC resistance. XC stands for, it comes to the category picture into the here as L and C, AC. Yeah. And the reciprocal of this impedance will give some other term here, that it is admittance and susceptance. Y is equal to 1 by Z. And what's that thing? Y is equal to G plus JB. G stands for conductance, B stands for susceptance. Y is nothing but admittance, it's the reciprocal of impedance, conductance, susceptance. Remember those things. Next, with the help of that impedance triangle, I'd like to gather some other triangle here as power triangle. Yeah, there are some three types of powers will be there. The first and foremost thing power here is active power, real power, or true power. There are so many names will be there, that it is P equal to VI cos phi. Perpendicular to the part of active power, we are having some other term, reactive power, which thing it is represented with the letter Q. That it is opposite to the part of angle na sine, VI sin phi. This one is nothing but adjacent na VI cos phi. And the combination of these two things will give total power or else apparent power. S is equal to VI. SC is nothing but total power or apparent power. It's a combination of P plus JQ. This 90 degree stands for J. SC is equal to P plus JQ. True power, active power, real power is nothing but P. Reactive power is represented with the symbol Q. VI sin phi. Y means this angle opposite sine term. This one is adjacent na VI cos phi. This one is S is equal to VI. Square root of sine square plus cos square is equal to 1 na? That's why it's a hypotenuse value. From this particular triangle only, we have to evaluate things of cos phi value. Cos phi adjacent value is equal to, what's that for now? Cos phi is equal to P by S. That it is nothing but power factor. We are having some other definition. This plays a crucial role in a machine's point of view, in electrical machines. Power factor is nothing but, it's a measure how effectively the active power is used in your electrical appliances is nothing but power factor. It is represented with the term cos. When we come across power factor, it's a cosine term, cosine angle. Cos phi is equal to active power divided by apparent power. This one here, active power divided by apparent power. Active power units are kilowatts. Reactive power units are volt ampere reactive. Apparent power units are volt amperes. That it is P by S is a cos phi value. Sin phi value is nothing but Q by S. That's the only thing. That cos phi is nothing but power factor. How efficiently you can use it, active power from the total power will give the information of power factor. In terms of in terms of impedance triangle, I may have some other formula. R by Z is the real term divided by total part is gives the information of power factor, or else cosine angle of voltage and current also. These are the different definitions of which thing? Power factor. Power factor is nothing but how efficiently you can use it. The active power from the total power will give the information of power factor. Yeah, and the next concept here is resonance. We all know that resonance in the sense in communications we can use it. In radio stations we can have some frequency. The frequency adjustment will be there. In order to make it that frequency matching will occur, there only we can have some less distortions. There is we can clearly observe the sounds that it is in the songs or anything. We can have this resonance concept. In terms of electrical point of view, we can have, let it be, I'd like to gather RLC network in series. Resistance, inductance, capacitance. Each one will carry voltage across part. Series connection. Na? And the total impedance, we all know that impedance is equal to Z equal to R plus JX. That it is, that X term is nothing but XL minus XC. That XL is nothing but, we all know that omega L. XC is nothing but 1 by omega C. If that imaginary part is equal to 0, that condition is nothing but resonance condition, and that one is nothing but series resonance condition, that it is XL is equal to XC. That frequency is nothing but resonant frequency. Remember that thing, that we can have some at resonance, XL is equal to XC, omega L is equal to 1 upon omega C, and we can have that FR is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC is the resonant frequency. Same thing will be there for the part of parallel circuit also there. This one is a parallel. But we can observe this y is equal to g plus jb. We all remember in the previous slides, y is nothing but admittance, g plus jb. That susceptance part will become 0 right now here. Omega c minus omega L will become 0. These two are equal means that resonant frequency is equal to same formula. In terms of series or parallel, the resonant frequency doesn't vary here. 1 upon 2 pi root LC is the value of resonant frequency. Previously, that reactance term becomes 0. In this term, that susceptance part becomes 0. That it is react XL is equal to XC. Next. Yeah, with the help of having all this knowledge, I'd like to solve some numericals here. Just observe these numericals. Actually, they have given an alternating current with having some equation I equal to 14.14 sine 377t. In that particular one, try to find out RMS value, instantaneous value, some definitions will be there, frequency. Yeah, they have given I equal to 14.14 sine 377t. In order to find out RMS value of the current, let it be compare this particular equation to I equal to Im sine omega t. From that, I'd like to find out RMS. I know IRMS is equal to Im by root 2. In that, this 14.14 becomes Im. Compare this equation to I equal to Im sine omega t. Im by root 2. 14.14 divided by root 2 will give the information of RMS value. Same frequency. Frequency in the sense, this omega. Omega is equal to 2 pi f is equal to 377 is the value. What's the value of f? 377 by 2 pi. It's approximately 60 cycles per second or else 60 hertz. And what's the next bit is nothing but instantaneous value of the current when t equal to 3 milliseconds. 14.14 sine 377 into 3 milli. Na? Try to make this one in radians. Yeah, while using calculators, try to make that mode is in radians. Yeah, in terms of square brackets, R will be displayed on your calc. At that time only we get the exact values here. This entire sine term will be in the part of which thing? Radians. Try make that mode in radians mode. Yeah, then only we get this value. Time taken by the current to reach 10 amperes for the first instant after passing through 0 is nothing but just substitute I equal to 14.14 sine 377t is nothing but 10 divided by 14.14, and finally we can calculate the things of t. It's approximately 2 milliseconds. Milli stands for 10 to the power of minus 3. It's a simple numerical, but compare this particular equation to standard equation format I equal to Im sine omega t. From that, evaluate these things here. Yeah, same numerical type. Determine the following parameters of voltage equation they have given right now. V equal to 200 sine 314t. Compare this particular equation to V equal to Vm sine omega t. That Vm is nothing but 200. Omega is nothing but 314. From that, can you calculate frequency? Omega equal to 2 pi f na 314 by 2 pi. We get the value of frequency. For a sinusoidal waveform, average value here is 2 Vm by pi. I know this Vm value here is 200 now. Substitute, we get the values. Yeah, we all know one other factor, thrust and form factor. Form factor is nothing but RMS to average. Thrust in the sense, maximum value or peak values to RMS value. We get these two values while solving these things. It's a simple numerical, but remember voltage equation format here, V equal to Vm sine omega t. Yeah, observe this particular one. Determine the average value and RMS value of the waveform shown in the figure. They have given some figure maybe like this. But observe positive cycle. There is no negative cycle here. But while calculating average values, we have to compare only half cycle now. But in this particular one, there is no negative cycle. That's why I'd like to take that entire time period to 2 pi. There's no matter. Why means there is no voltage or no spike will be there. It becomes 0 now. V average is equal to 1 upon 2 pi, 0 to pi, V of theta, d theta. Substitute in this particular one, we get the value of this one. While calculating RMS, take total time period, V square, that it is sine square term. Sine square term may be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. And we can evaluate all these things. We get the value of this one. Yeah. Observe this particular one. Determine the average and RMS values of a waveform. Yeah. And this previous waveform is somewhat different. In this one, the cycle is repeating the same thing. Pi pi, pi. Duration of this one regular interval is only there, pi. That's why while calculating average values, just to consider the time period only half. Why means it is repeating the things. For the part of calculation of average or RMS, consider the time period here is only pi. Just 1 by pi, 0 to pi, v of t d theta. Try to make it sinusoidal now. Vm sin theta d theta. Sin theta integration here is minus cos theta. Substitute 0 to pi limits, we get some value. It's obviously 2 Vm by pi is the average value. For the calculation of RMS value, consider it's a repeating the parts now. That's why I'd like to consider only the time period here, pi only. Don't go for 3 pi. It's a repeating intervals. 1 by pi, 0 to pi, v square. That v square I can written as sin square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 into dt. And substitute all these limits, we get the values of Vm by root 2 is the final value. These are the simple numericals. Just observe these numericals. While you consider for the repeating cycles, you have to consider only 1/2 cycle is enough. In the previous problem, consider full cycle time period. Only time period matters. And in this numerical, just compare this equation to this one. And this one, current equation. Yeah, these numericals plays a crucial role in the examination point of view. Yeah, try to know these basics. All these basics are only for the part of AC fundamentals. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching my video here.